Grand National, as we know, is very much a race that's out on its own. 4.5 miles, 40 runners, 30 fences. The good thing for the punter is that statistics have been a very good friend down the years. Age, weight, distance, experience, those are all things that one should consider when looking for the winner of the race. Let's look at age first of all. Well, 8 to 12-year-olds, quite a broad category, but very much the one that you should be looking for to find the winner of the John Smith's Grand National. The reason for that is fairly straightforward. Horses of that age are at their peak, they're not past it, but equally they're not too inexperienced either. 7-year-olds have a bad record in the race. The last horse to win as a 7-year-old was Bogscar. That was in 1940, and there are two fancied runners in the form of the Package and Tricky Trickster in this year's race. Weight. That's another category that we should have foremost in our minds when looking for the winner of the Grand National. Now, much has been made in recent years about how the BHA's chief handicapper Phil Smith, who compiles the weights for the race, has compressed them. This essentially means that horses at the top of the handicap don't give quite as much weight as they would once have done to horses who are towards the bottom, but still you have to be around the 11 stone mark or beneath it, it seems, to win a Grand National. Only one horse has carried 11 stone 1 to victory since Corbière triumphed in 1983. So you really want to be looking at horses ideally of 11 stone or under. You can maybe give it 11 stone 1, certainly though no more than 11 stone 5. Distance, 4.5 miles. Of course we need a strong stayer. Since Gay Trip won the Grand National, which I think was back in 1970, every winner of the race has won over 3 miles or further over fences. So anything that takes your eye, that's won at 2 or 2.5 but not 3 and beyond, be very careful about putting them in as your Grand National selection. The final big category is experience. Of the last 10 runners, all have run 10 times or more over fences. So obviously to negotiate all those fences you need to have a certain amount of experience over larger obstacles. And also bear in mind that of the last 18 winners of the National, 16 have scored in races of 12 or more runners over fences. That obviously means that they're able to cope with the hustle and bustle of those 4.5 miles, those 30 fences and the other 39 runners. Well, those are the main stats that you should bear in mind when looking for the winner of the John Smith's Grand National. One other statistic I'm just going to throw in: the favourite for this year's race is Big Fella Thanks. He's trained by the champion trainer Paul Nicholls. Paul Nicholls has an exceptional record in virtually every big race, but his stat when it comes to the John Smith's Grand National: no winners, 44 runners. So tread carefully when it comes to looking at the Paul Nicholls trained horses. Those are the stats. Elsewhere now on mirror.co.uk we will have a look at some of the big runners in the 2010 Grand National.